the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been out here in Kensington?
I had an axe go through my head.
A what?
An axe right there.
Oh my God, Jesus. Give us a backstory on that.
Well, this girl was taking my stuff, and I asked for my stuff, and she basically said it's over there. I said, there's not even any of my stuff. And she put an axe through my head, and it was pouring out like a shower.
Cause I wanna freeze this moment, make it mine, hold you close. Now my heart's wide open. When I'm with you, suddenly I feel no pain. Do you make it go away? Do you make it?
So hey guys, today I met a very nice young lady. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Luna.
Nice to meet you, Luna. How you doing today?
I'm all right.
Okay, that's great to hear. How old are you, Luna?
I'm 28.
Wow, 28. Where are you originally from, Luna?
I'm from St. Mary's, Pennsylvania.
Yo, shout out St. Mary, we out there. Okay, Luna, let's get right into it, girl. Tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up.
Well, it was rough. Like at the age of 6, my grandma was taking me in for my mom and my dad. My mom always worked with my dad. My dad started up a business when I was about 8 in the powder metal factory, and my mom was pregnant. Well, my mom really never wanted me, as I felt, like, because my brother's dad committed murder. She got pregnant, and my dad was afraid she'd go back to him. So she had me, and I mean, I witnessed a lot of them drinking and just partying all the time. Well, I was about 7, 8. My mom had an affair in front of me, and I told my dad, and my dad, like, kind of left her. And then she called me up at school, told me she didn't want anything to do with me, and I mean, it was better for me because she would always beat me. My grandma lived right down the road, so my grandma would take me in, and I remember the one day she told my grandma, if you want her that bad, you could have her, and then she never came back. But she had my brother and sister, but she just had my little sister, so I was left there taking care of her before she gave me to my grandma. My dad was always working. He'd come home at like 5, and then he'd take care of us, and then we'd go to school, do the same thing over again. So when my grandma took me in when I was about 9, I mean, that's when I was the happiest, I have to say. But then my uncle raped me, and I just had a lot to like figure out. That was my favorite, you know. And so then I felt like I was always alone. Like, I felt like I never really had anybody. Like my grandma, I know my grandma loved me, but why didn't my mom? Why didn't my dad? You know, like I could never understand that. And so it left me where I'm at today, like a lot of blaming myself for everything, a lot of like thinking I'm not good enough, you know, like and so I resort to getting high. Like, that's what I do, because that's the only way I know that ever worked for me, and it may not work, but I think it do at the time.
Wow, such a testimony, Lona. I'm so sorry you had such a rough start in life, girl. Oh my God. Okay, so Lona, let's get, jump right into it, right? So, what was the first drug you tried?
I was drinking my mom and dad's alcohol out of the fridge. When I was little. It was good. But after that, I was on a lot of psych meds. So, like, whatever ones I was prescribed, let's get lit, I guess. That's what I was saying.
Okay, all right. Okay, so before we get into that, let's go in high school. What type of student were you in high school?
In high school, I dropped out in the 9th grade.
Okay.
I was in a car accident where I almost lost my life. I had 4 brain injuries in one.
Wow.
And so I dropped out because I couldn't remember anything. But in middle school, I was in activities. I played basketball, I cheerleaded. But then about 7th grade is when I was going through a lot of problems. Like, I beat up my principal.
Wow. Why were you having all these problems in school?
Because I didn't want to do it. Like, I wished I did today, because I would be somewhere, but didn't want to. I brought drugs in school, like beat up my principal, and I just
You were a bad student.
Always.
Were there a lot of playing hookies for you?
No, I would get suspended within the first period. My actually principal and the officer made a deal. If I behaved for 2 weeks, they'd take me out to McDonald's and Dairy Queen. I never got it.
Wow, guys, you know how high school is very tough, man. We've been there. Okay, so Lona, now, tell us, do you have any favorite childhood memories you can think of?
I went to Alaska.
Okay, that's nice. How was it over there?
It was nice. It was a lot different. I thought puppies were swimming in the ocean, but they were actually the seals or whatever they're called. Yeah.
That's cool.
I panned for gold. I did a lot. I was actually up on the top of the captain's thing, and the captain was pointing out all these animals to me while we were on it.
Well, at least you traveled somewhere, unique. I've never been to Alaska, but I know it looks cool. So after, the alcohol, the pills, what was the next harder drug you moved on to?
Well, I mean, I was smoking weed, but a lot of ecstasy, a lot of Molly, a lot of the party drugs. I was raving up at Pittsburgh when I was 14.
Now, who introduced you to these drugs?
I was living with one of the main drug dealers in Pittsburgh. So, in the rave scene, I was with one of the biggest people. So.
Wow.
But the rave scene ain't like it was back then. It was fun, but
Now that you're older, you look back on it, you realize you made a lot of foolish mistakes.
Yeah,
right?
because my first rave, I actually on the way home got in that car accident where I almost died.
Wow.
So I was in a coma for a really long time.
Damn, you're here for a reason, Lona. I hope you realize that and you can, fulfill whatever purpose God has for you. I think your purpose in life is to educate other people. That's what I think.
So too.
You seem like, you can definitely save a few souls. All right, Lona, so now currently out here in Kensington, what drugs are you addicted to now?
I do meth and I do heroin here and there.
Okay. So meth is your primary?
Yeah, I had 5.5 years clean. Ever since I touched meth, it took those years from me, and they say you have to learn to forgive yourself. And that's what I have a hard time doing, because I had everything anybody could ever wanted in those 5.5 years, and it took it in a blink of an eye.
How were you introduced to meth?
Well, I broke up with my child's father. He actually just passed away a month and a half ago, so rest in peace.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It takes everything. Your priorities you must have don't become priorities anymore. They actually are something that you don't care about, because I didn't. Even though I had kids to take care of, I wasn't doing that. I was pawning them off. Even though it's material things, I lost those material things I worked so hard for.
Right.
It also it makes people lose their teeth. I watched a whole girl lose her one jaw because of it. It really is not beneficial, and I know that. But then again, I set myself up to destroy everything that I have, because maybe it's some problem I have inside me, because a lot of people have psychological disorders that lead them to drugs. And a lot of mine stem from when I was littler. It did. But then again, you have to find a way to cope with it and deal with it. And it's something like forgiveness. I have to forgive myself for what I did and become what I want, because I have a lot of self-regret and a lot of things that stem from my childhood and stem from me that keeps ending me up in this same cycle.
Right. So you gotta break that cycle, Lona. You gotta do something about it, right?
Yeah.
You can't keep on going round and round. Hopefully one day you'll break it. So now let's go to fentanyl, because this is no longer heroin out here in Kensington. It's all fentanyl, right? How were you introduced to fentanyl?
Well, I'm in a lot of pain. Like I said, I have broken vertebrae off my spine. Okay. I had my jaw broke. I have a lot of broken bones in my body. And I mean, being out here on the streets, I was in a lot of pain. My feet all swelled up, my back all messed up. So, I mean, people just be like, here's a little bit of a bag. I did it. And I mean, I remember the one day I met somebody on the train. I asked if they could shoot me up. They said, yeah. And while we get there, I see him sneak off a little bit. I said, what are you doing? Well, I was always supposed to do meth. They put some of their dope and I passed out in Gerard. I woke up. There was an ambulance in front of me, but there was nobody around me. So I just woke up puking and running, because I didn't, I knew something fishy was up, but I just didn't really know, at the time.
Right.
I have to say that's the first time I actually legitimately got introduced to it.
So how do it make you feel?
And I know I'm the first one that can say I never really fall asleep on it, and I'm sure my boyfriend can say the same thing. I don't fall asleep. It makes me feel like I have energy. It makes me feel like I'm actually, like, you know, like I'm not in pain. I actually can do some things. Yeah.
So now, currently, Lona, how much money would you say you spend on both of your habits in Kensington?
I at least every day spend like $20 on mine and his. I look out for him because I've done it, and I really love him.
Let's go both ways.
Yes, and he shows me the support when I need it. So, I mean, I don't really have such a big habit. I mean, if I had more, I'd probably be spending more, you know. But at least $20 a day for me, you know. And then,
wow, that's not a lot of money. I don't heard some outrageous amount out here.
yeah, my addiction isn't at its full course now, but like when it was probably a lot more. I have always been more addicted to selling the drugs, to be honest. I don't do that now, but
Got you. So how do you go about hustling to get this money?
I sell pictures.
Sell pictures?
On Facebook, yeah. I make a killing off of Facebook. A lot of money.
All right. Is it like nudes you sell?
Yeah. I'm probably a beggar on Facebook. I ain't gonna lie, like I beg on that.
It's a hustle, right?
But I need it, you know. I don't have no social security card. I don't have an ID, so like I just ask people for money.
What's the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been out here in Kensington?
I had an axe go through my head.
A what?
An axe right there.
Oh my God, Jesus. Give us a backstory on that.
Well, this girl was taking my stuff, and I asked for my stuff, and she basically said it's over there. I said there's not even any of my stuff, and she put an axe through my head, and it was pouring out like a shower.
What?
Yeah, when I first came to Philly, I actually got held in a house for a week, like as a hostage. Basically made to sell myself. It was only like one time, but you know, that was one too many times for me.
Wow.
There was a lot of things, but that don't define me. That's just some bad things that happened to me, because it don't define me.
Definitely not. What happened to the girl who did it to you? Did she get locked up?
No, it was surprising to me, because I mean, it was deep. It was real deep. Actually, somebody I didn't even know went to a 24-hour Rite Aid, bought me a first aid kit for $30, and they legitimately, just out of the kindness of their heart, helped me. And that was something I will never forget. His name was Kyle. Wish I could find him to tell him today, as thankful as I am for him, because he passed me up himself. Wow. And you can't really even see the scar.
Well, that's nice that we got people like that out here, and we need people like that out here, because there's enough bad.
He was a suffering addict already as well.
And addicts will help you faster than people who aren't addicts. That's the thing about it out here. Okay, so Lona, we're about to wrap up the interview because it's getting cold out here. So what's 24 hours in Kensington look like for you?
The variety of what it could look like. It could look like me falling asleep on my stuff disappearing, or it could be me working hard for $1 somehow, like, you know what I mean, asking people. It could be some violence going down over there. It could be anything you could imagine, because let me tell you, there's one thing. When I got off the Greyhound bus, I saw a guy naked sleeping on the sidewalk, but then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, a guy shirtless rolling down the Kensington Ave, a busy street, almost getting hit by cars. It was something I've seen a lot of things I would have never thought I'd see out here. And I feel like I was sheltered a lot in my life, coming from a country area. Like I said, the population of the town, like 500 people.
Yeah. Wow, that's little, right?
Yeah, we have one gas station, and that's all we have. You know, and that's Weedville, not St. Mary's, but you know, I grew up in a very country area, 7 hours away from here, but I actually got a boyfriend here. He means the world to me, and I've actually, like, because I said I've lost what I had and I can't get that back, but I actually got something here that I have right now, and it's something I enjoy, and I'm actually very happy to have.
How do you find out about Kensington?
Oh, okay. So how I found out about Kensington, my homeboy Derek, he got released from prison after 10 years. Was like, I was homeless up where I'm from, and it's very hard to be a homeless up there, very, very hard. And he's like, well, we're gonna go up there, we're gonna grab some stuff. Well, we grabbed some stuff, we were on our way back, we didn't have a phone, we actually went on a high-speed chase. Like I shoved stuff in my jail purse and pretended I was pregnant. Then he gets arrested. I get taken to a hotel, and then I come back up here because it's Kensington. If you're a drug addict, that's yo party, you know. And
Disneyland, that's what they say.
yeah, and it was something I like riding that L to here the first time. Wow, I never saw anything like that. You know, it was fun, and it is fun as long as you ain't having to struggle. You know, and
Right.
that who likes to struggle, but that's something we have to do in order to get what we want or to get better.
Now let's get off topic just to get to know you as an individual, and we done. Okay, Lona, what's your favorite color?
Pink and blue.
Yo, pink and blue, that's what's up. What are some of your favorite foods?
Well, I'm Italian, so I really like bland spaghetti. My boyfriend, he makes fun of me because he makes me bland spaghetti, but I like that, and I like steak, and I like deer, and like, yeah.
Okay, all right. So what are some hobbies? What are some things that you love to do in your pastime?
I love the fortune tell. I like the spiritual stuff. I'm very spiritual. I love it. I like to learn. I could be a street lawyer. I kid everybody all the time because I want to be a lawyer, but I'm very smart when it comes to the law. I like to just educate because that's the only thing I can pass down when I die. You know, that's the only thing I can give.
Do you have a favorite band or artist you listen to?
Yellow Wolf. I love Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf, yeah, Yellow Wolf got some bangers. You know, I know who he is. Okay, so that's what's up. Now, Lona, we would like to know, what's your zodiac sign?
A Gemini.
Yo, shout out to all the Gemini. Show your sign some love. She out here representing. Okay, Gemini gang. Now, when you were a little girl, what do you want to become when you grow up?
I always wanted to be in the army. My grandma said I always said that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I was always a fighter, so I mean, it makes sense. But now that I've grown up, I don't think I can now, but I want to be a lawyer. Like I said, like
That's awesome.
I got released and got a charge I didn't really want, but you know, you gotta take what you're given, right? And what you did, so I allegedly did it, so.
Okay.
But I want to be a lawyer. That's what I have dreams on,
Nice.
for the criminal justice.
Daytime or nighttime, which one are you?
I like the middle of the day.
Why?
Because it's more productive. I feel like there's more things I can do in the middle of the day than I can do in the morning or at night.
Okay.
You know, about 4, 3 o'clock, that's my time to do things because I'm not very good when I first wake up.
That's a lot of us. Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I believe that our souls are here for a purpose. Until we finally fulfill that purpose, we're going to keep transcending to body because we're here to learn that purpose. Even if this body of mine don't learn the purpose, I'm going to keep going into a body until we finally learn what that purpose is.
Okay, interesting. Now, Lona, if you could travel to any place or country in the world, where would you go?
Australia.
Why?
Just because Australia always looked cool when I was growing up, but I was on Skype a lot, and I met a guy. I don't have contact with him now, but he was like showing me these kangaroos, and my Ashley friends, 3 of them wrote a book, and it was called Black is Night, Father's White, and it's about this kid that grew up in a town called Cain and how he was like, they judged him and stuff, and they said they made a lot of money off this book, so they went to Australia, and when you get locked up in jail in Australia, they actually put you like in a cage, and like an open cage that people can walk around and see you.
Wow.
And they throw stuff at you in this cage, and they got locked up, and they were getting stuff thrown at them and stuff, and yeah, so it always be my interest, you know.
Got you. So
like,
now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, and I also like how they say mate, like, you know.
Right, that's cool. So now you are currently in a relationship, right?
Yes.
What do you look for in a partner?
You know, I don't really look when I'm going for a relationship. I just like, if you click with me, we click, then that's what's up.
Vibes?
You know, I was single for 2.5 years before I got with this guy. December 6th, we'll be together for a year.
Wow, awesome.
But I like just took him off the street for a night, you know, and then we've been together ever since. So I just like the beauty within. You know, awesome. I don't go for looks, I don't go for that, but if you're beautiful inside, then that's what resonates with me, because
right.
I really like vibes and auras and energies, because that shit's real.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. So now, Lona, if your families and your friends were supposed to see this video, what message would you like to send to them?
that we're not all bad people. There may have been a part of me that was bad, but I fixed what I didn't like and I turned over a new leaf kind of, because I need help and everybody needs help. So if you see somebody struggling, just reach out a hand. You don't have to give them money, you don't have to give them anything but support, and that's what people need, is love and support.
Absolutely. So Lona, what is your short-term goals right now?
To get clean. Right now, I do want to get clean. I want to get my kids back. I want to see my grandma before anything happens, you know, because life is short, but like I didn't realize how short it is. I had a lot of people pass away this last year. And I want to get out of a job and hold stuff down. I want to be able to give my advice and actually be somebody other than this drug user that people stigmatize me as.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. How many kids do you have?
I have two little girls, Molly and Ella.
Who are they with right now?
My grandma has one and my other grandma has the other.
Okay.
They had good care though.
Do you stay in touch with your kids?
Not like I should.
Okay, I understand, you know. What are all the things that you love?
My grandma, my grandpa, my kids. I love my boyfriend. I love the people that are actually doing things for other people. I love everybody, you know, because everybody needs love. And I love the things like makeup and clothes and material things, because we do, but I just love vibes, or as fortune telling, everything that has something to do with spiritual things. Yeah, I very, very enjoy knowledge too. Like that's just some of the simple things I do.
Okay, good. You left yourself out.
I love myself some days more than other days, but you know, like I need to learn to love myself like I did a year ago, because this last year has been rough on my self-love. I haven't been doing my self-love like I should. Like the drugs, I do them the way I shouldn't be doing them, and I definitely I've been neglecting myself. So that's one thing I have to do again, is love myself. I have to figure out what happened to that.
Okay, all right. If you could be any animal, what animal will you be?
A giraffe?
A what?
A giraffe?
Why?
I don't know, that thing's cool. Like I can see everywhere then. Like I have a super long neck, I have a cool pattern, and I'd be a friggin' giraffe.
Yo, that's cool, yo, I like that. If you had 3 wishes in this world, Lona, what would your 3 wishes be?
For everybody to love each other would be the first one. Definitely, that's why the world's so bad. I would be that lawyer I'd be talking about, and my third one is to actually be there for my kids.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, AML family, there you have it. That was the interview with the lovely Lona. I want you guys to drop all the positive comments below. Show her all the love, all the support. She's out here in Kensington. You know, we got to stick together as one. Lona, what are some things that you're in need of that we can help you with?
I mean, just things to keep warm, and you know, just a little bit support. I need support. That's what. Gotcha. I mean, we all need those kind words or encouragement too.
Right.
You know, and I would like to show my boyfriend on the camera.
There you go. That's the guy. He's up next. We got him. So AML family, remember, don't be bitter, guys. Be better. And we out there. Peace out.
Quiet's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain.